Tails, all the new professionals have signed their contracts and started back as pros with the club training. How big a deal is that for a player?
It's a really big moment in their lives, and it's something that they should all be really, really proud of. They've all worked ever so hard to get to that stage and to get rewarded with that pro contract. Obviously, as a group last year, they had lots and lots of success, and then from an individual point of view, there was lots of success as well, with particularly what happened towards the end of the season. A few lads getting the chances to get involved with the first team. So they should all be really proud. They should all be really happy with what they've achieved so far. However, it's down to me really to sort of keep the feet on the ground and mention that the hard work starts here, and no one's achieved anything yet, because what we want is as many of those to continue their journey and end up fully in our first team squad. So it's brilliant what they've done so far. However, the hard work starts now.
Yeah, as you say, it's an accolade in itself to come as far as they have done and to call yourself a professional footballer, but it is really still the start of the journey for them, isn't it? And if they're going to have careers, hopefully here or somewhere, they've still got lots of work to do.
It is, yeah. Like I said, they've done brilliant to get to where they've got to, because it's not an easy feat. Every young lad wants to grow up and be a footballer. They've got through the system, they've got to this stage through hard work, through determination, through talent. However, now it really, really starts getting competitive, because football careers aren't given out. They're really, really hard. You have to work hard every single day to earn it. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to see how they get on, and hopefully they can all continue on their journey, all be successful, and we see as many of them as we can in our first team, or if not in our first team, out in the Football League and other first teams, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help them along their journey and help them all, if possible, have careers in professional football. Yeah,
if you had a taste at the end of last season, as you said, particularly Dave and Deshaun, who are amongst the group who've just signed on. Yeah. Is that, again, that's a tough act to follow, and I know the manager will be changing the squad and it's not going to happen straight away, but an incentive for everybody, isn't it? The possibility is there.
Of course it is, yeah. It shows a pathway, which is, really, really important, and it gives, obviously the lads that are involved, it gives them belief, but the lads watching their mates or their teammates having success and being involved with the first team, it gives them a little bit of, as you say, incentive. That's probably a good word to use. That I want a piece of that. I want to go and do that. But like I say, everything has to be earned. So yes, they had a little bit of individual success last year. Circumstances are a bit different then. Obviously, this year's a new start. So hopefully, again, 1 or 2, 3 or 4 can affect the first team at some point, but they're going to have to earn it. They're going to have to work really hard. They're going to have to be patient for the opportunity, and then if they get the opportunity, it's down to them to go and take it. But they've all come back in really good shape, and they look really hungry, really keen to then go and make the next step. So it should be an exciting season.
I think this is the most pros have taken on at any one time for a long time, certainly since the academy almost had to reinvent itself post-COVID and post the problems. Is that a sign of things that are happening sort of at academy level?
I think it just shows progression right throughout the system. Obviously they don't just appear at under 18As, they've been coached before that to get to where they get to, obviously really well, because there was a really good crop of players, which showed in the success they had of the group. As a club, it shows real progression to get to that stage where majority, if not all, of the youth team are then continuing their journey with the club, and very little outside recruitment's needed. That's really what you want. That's the ideal situation. It's not going to happen every year, but as a club, it's a real pat on the back, if you will, that we've done great with this group. We've got them all to this stage now. They've all got through the system, got to 18s, got into the professional development stage. Now hopefully we can help as many as we can continue their journey and make the hardest jump into professional football, whether hopefully at this club, but if not somewhere else.
And they had great success under Julian Darby in the youth team last season. They played a bit for yourself in the B team and a little bit in the first team right at the end. You sort of get your hands on them full time now more, perhaps hopefully 1 or 2 of them with Stephen in the first team. But important job for you as well and your staff, isn't it, just to keep nurturing them as well?
It is. Yeah, it is. I mean, some clubs have different, they do things different ways. Some have an under 18s and then nothing in between. But I think this period in a young footballer's career, this sort of bridge period, whether it's a B team, 21s, reserves, whatever you want to call it, I call it's almost like a bridge, because they're not quite ready for first team. However, it's a massive stage in their development, massive stage in their career, and it's a really important time for them. This next 1 or 2 years, almost can make or break their career or not. And this is the message I'm going to be giving to them on a daily basis. This is your journey. You've got to this stage, you've done brilliantly, well done. However, the next jump's the hardest one. And the next jump's the hardest one, and you have to work every day, you have to dedicate yourself if that's what you want to do and you want to make that jump. Our job's to help you as much as we can with our past experiences, with our driving them on and pushing them on. However, ultimately it's down to them and their determination and their dedication and their discipline. Because like I said, this jump is the hardest one. You've done brilliant to get to where you are. However, this is tough now. You've got to really work hard to get to that first team.